let's move to the second category, that is dry heat methods. In dry heat methods, heat is transferred through hot air, fat or oil. The methods are suitable for food that are rich in proteins like meat, fish, seafood, as well as where crust or brown outer appearance is desired. The dry heat methods are further categorized into two groups. First, where we use fat or oil, and second, where hot air is the medium of cooking. First, let's take into account the method using dry heat or hot air. In this method, hot air, hot metal rod or plate or radiation is used to cook the food. For instance, baking, grilling and roasting. Baking. In this method, food is prepared by dry heat, typically in an oven. Temperature normally varies between 120 to 250 degrees Celsius. Here, no additional fat is required to cook food. Some examples of baked items are cake, pastries, pieces of bread, muffins, etc. Next, we have grilling. Grilling. Grilling is cooking by radiant heat or direct heat, which could be from above, below or from the side. Best suited for pork chops, seafood, hamburgers, hot dogs and other thin cuts, since the intensity of fire is high. The food which is to be cooked is put on a grill or grill pan. Based on the direction of heat, it may be of three types: overheat, underheat and between heat. Overheat. When the source of the heat is below the food, that is, food is over the heat, then it is called overheat grilling. As you can see in this picture, it is an example of overheat grilling. The grill bars which are under the food are preheated and brushed with fat or oil to avoid sticking food on the grill bars. Underheat. Now, if the food is below the heat source, then it is called underheat grilling. In the United States, such underheat grilling where the food is grilled below the heat source is called broiling, and the pan which is used for broiling is called broiler pan. An example of overheat grilling or broiling is salamander. Salamander is an equipment which is used for broiling. Between heat. In this, the heat source is on both sides and the food is placed in between, the way bread is grilled in a bread toaster. Further, there is also a similar term to grilling, barbecue. Sometimes the terms are used interchangeably. The very difference is that grilling is cooking food hot and fast, near about 260 to 290 degrees Celsius, whereas barbecuing is cooking at low heat and quite a slow process, usually at 110 degrees Celsius or lower. Barbecuing is done with indirect heat as compared to direct heat in grilling. Charcoal, woods are commonly used heat source for barbecue. So, grilling is cooking fast over high heat, while barbecue entitles a slow cooking process with low heat and over indirect heat. Please note here, fat may not be added to the food while cooking. Next, we have roasting. Roasting refers to cooking food with radiation from a heat source such as open fire or spit. Additionally, now we can also opt for oven roasting, which is a combination of convection and radiation. Next, we have spit roasting. In this method, the food is cooked over a spit or open fire, in the direct contact with the flame of a clear, bright fire. During roasting, the food is slowly rotated over the heat and cooking takes place with radiant heat and convection of air, all depending upon the position of food over the fire. Usually, large meat joints are cooked by this method. The more modern version of spit roasting is rotisserie. In this, the meat is skewered onto a metal rod that slowly rotates automatically in front of the heat that is produced either by electric filament or by gas burners. Next, we have pot roasting, which is more suitable for large joints or cuts, especially of beef. The meat is first sautéed or seared in a little butter or oil till it gets golden brown color, then placed on a bed of root vegetables covered in a deep pot without any or with barely any liquid. The pot is tightly covered and the meat is cooked gently. Note, pot roasting may be done in a pot or pressure cooker or in a bread kettle and may be finished in an oven. Now let's move to the second category of dry heat methods using fat or oil. Here, fat and oil serves as the medium of cooking and is known as frying. Frying is an art of cooking where the food is either partially or fully submerged in fat or oil until the food gets golden brown in color along with crispness and moist interior. The varied category of frying are sautéing, pan frying, shallow frying, deep frying and stir frying.